Hey guys, welcome back for another bench update. Been about a week and a half since my last one, so I thought I'll give you a quick update of what I've been up to. I do have a completed model to show you, and no purchases. Ordered a few things online yet to arrive, so a pretty quick update. Not really had much bench time in the past week or two, mainly because of this. As you can see, that was a pretty big project. It arrived as kit form in about 6 huge boxes from an LTL truck. It took me probably 50 to 60 hours to build it. I'm really happy how it turned out, and the kids absolutely love it. They're up and down that slide all the time. So definitely money well spent, especially with being at home so much recently. I'm glad I bought it for the backyard. So yeah, it was quite a beast. Did enjoy building it. It was a little bit different to model building, but again, following the instructions and getting it done, I really quite enjoyed it. So again, a lot of work. So not very much bench time. I really want to get that project finished. So that's what I've been working on pretty much. So what I have finished is the Tornado F3, which you've seen in the last few videos, the Revell, or the Eduard boxing on the Revell kit, the 48 scale one. So let me switch my camera down to the bench and kind of show you how it turned out and what I thought about the kit. Okay, so here is the finished, completed Revell or Eduard boxing of the Tornado F3. So complete out of the box. So basically, it's Revell F3 kit, which Eduard released last year as the Goodbye Tornado limited edition pack. So basically the Revell kit with resin seats, color photo etch for the cockpit, resin wheels, and a mask set pretty much. So it wasn't a bad value price. I didn't go with the decals in the kit. I went with the standard Revell boxing, which I also have. I kind of like this, just the black tail of the Trouble One Squadron at Lucas. So I kind of like that scheme better. So I went with the decals out of the normal box set, and everything else is Eduard. The only thing I added to this was the Master Metal pitot tube at the end, and that was pretty much it. So really kind of happy how this turned out. I've struggled with this kit, this 48 scale kit, for a while. This is maybe third or fourth attempt, and actually finally got it kind of to where I liked it. So really kind of happy how it turned out. The only thing I'd probably change in the future is back here, the stains. So these buckets reverse buckets come up, and then you get a lot of staining up here, more of a soot kind of color. It looks more oily than sooty, so I'd probably change the color if I did that in the future. Other than that, I'm really happy how it turned out. Flaps deploy, dirty configuration. Fuel tanks. The kit doesn't come with the outboard pylons for the pods and stuff, and it only comes with a few kind of sidewinders, I think, in the kit. So they weren't that great quality, so I left them off. So I left it kind of like an almost like line jet kind of in RF Lucas would have been like. So again, this is it. Let me turn it around a little bit. I'm trying to break it. It's painted with the Attacker orange lined lacquer paints, which I absolutely love. I have the Modern RAF sets #1, which had all the colors you need. So light aircraft grey on the bottom, barley or camouflage grey on the top, and medium sea grey for the nose cone are the main colors used. Love that. Love the paint; it goes down so nicely. So I painted it clear coated with Tamiya LP9 clear coat, then put the decals on, then clear coated over decals again just to kind of seal them in, and then used the Flory Models dark dirt wash for the panel lines. You can see, rubbed off the excess, and then went with neat oils. If you look at my last build video, you'll see exactly how I use the neat oils, the 502. So kind of on the panel lines, I kind of exaggerated some of the panel lines and stuff, and really kind of faded it in. It's kind of hard to see. Move around a little bit more. As always leave the cockpits, the canopy's loose, so you can kind of see inside it. I'm not sure if you can kind of get in there. It's inside the office and the underneath. There too. So you see weathered pretty heavily. These jets do get weathered. This is my style. I always kind of weather a little bit more than maybe they are in real life, but just the way I like it. So really happy how it turned out. Again, 48 scale. Yeah, so any questions or anything, please let me know. So this is my only kind of completed in the past couple of weeks since my last video. I will be moving on to my next builds. Now this one's done and off the bench. So let me switch the camera back and we'll wrap up the video. So there you go. So really kind of happy you got that
48 scale Tornado finished. It's aircraft worked on real life. Actually, Uniform Victor. I was up at Lucas in over 2002 when that scheme was there. So do have a personal connection with that kit and with that aircraft, and finally got the Revell kit finished. It's not a nice kit at all. It's so modular, so many different seam lines and stuff, but with some careful, dry fitting and some care, it really turns out to a nice model. It has some really nice service detail. So yep, that one's finished. Another one finished in the books. That's my 4th aircraft build of the year, I think, completed, which I'm pretty happy with. Second Tornado, I built a GR4 about 3 or 4 weeks ago in a 72nd scale, and I just built obviously the F3, so a little bit tornadoed out right now, so I'll give a break from that. So my next project I think I'm going to start is the B-72. Actually, the box right here, so I'll get the box, show you real quick. It is this guy. Now, I've never built a bomber before of any description. Not done anything much in World War II. I'm kind of more into modern stuff right now. I did start that 32nd scale 109, which is almost built, just kind of sat there on the shelf. So I kind of fancy doing a bomber. Like I say, I've never done one before. So this is the B-17. It's basically the G, but it's the RAF variant. So it's the RAF colors, and they call it the RAF call it Mark III, which is, again, basically the G variant. I went for this kit. They have another kit, a sister kit, which is the same, but it has the American natural metal finish. Still a little bit of chicken doing natural metal finishes. So I kind of for kind of more paint colors. Especially, I don't really know those kits. I'm not sure how well it goes together. So I know with natural metal finishes, it really shows up all the imperfections and seam lines and stuff. So I'm playing it safe and going with the RAF camo, like the black kind of lower, and then the green camo kind of on top. So this will be somewhat of a super build. I've got the Big Ed set coming, the Big Sin set coming from Eduard, which has resin engines, has resin wheels, resin guns, and resin, I think it's turbochargers. So that will turn out really nice. One thing with this kit, it supposedly it's a really nice kit, but as you can see, or maybe not see, it doesn't have any rivet detail. It's just panel lines, and these things are covered in rivets in real life. So I need to rivet the whole aircraft. Found a good reference pictures online, some images. Problem is, I went to print them out on Friday night, and my printer died, so it's all kinds of errors. So I ordered a new printer. They didn't have any in the store, so it's being shipped to me, and I'll have it hopefully tomorrow. So once I get my new printer, then I'll be able to print out and then start rescribing this. I'm one of those people who like references. I like having actually on a table in a book form or paper form. I just find it a little bit easier reference when using like tablets and phones. They always kind of time out and that kind of stuff. It kind of frustrates me. So I like having the actual book open, like paper. So I want to print out the actual rivet guide so I can actually follow it. Never done a whole plane riveting before, but it looks pretty straightforward. I do have the Rosie riveters. So with a raw line, basically just running down, putting all the rivets in, it's going to make this thing really transform it, hopefully. Again, it's tons of rivets. One thing I do have with the rivets is I have a few different sizes of Rosie riveters. What's recommended for 72nd scale is the 0.65 millimeters. I tried that on a bit of sample plastic, and it just looked very fine. I know it's probably accurate, but I think I'm worried with paint and primer and stuff, you're not going to see it. It's going to be a whole waste of time. So I tried it again with the 0.50, which is more of a 48 scale rivet, but you can see a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is let me just switch the image, and you can actually see what I've done. So this, you can kind of see there, what I did, I basically took the inside of the round riveter down, and then I just added a quick Tamiya panel line wash over it, so you can actually see it on the camera. I was all set and going to 0.50. I thought that's the way to go, but now I'm seeing it again today, and my mind's kind of changed a little bit. Maybe I will go for the smaller rivets. What I'm probably going to do is I have a Buster right behind me. This is an old Revell F14. Basically, I just chunked together. I use this for my trying paints and stuff out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try both of these again on maybe a panel, inside a wing or something on this. And I'm going to paint it. I'm going to prime it and then paint it with like a lacquer paint and just see how it, and then maybe add the wash and just kind of see which of these two I'm going to go with. Maybe I'll go a combination of both of them. I mean, aircraft, different types of rivets, right? Different sizes and stuff. So that's what my plan is. I'm going to rivet the whole thing and do this guy. One thing I know it's 72nd scale, but I was expecting a little bit bigger. I thought B-17s were huge aircraft. I've seen the 48 scale Hong Kong models one, which is absolutely massive, and also the 32nd scale one. I thought this would be pretty large too. Now the wingspan is pretty big, but the actual fuselage itself is quite small. It's it's not a lot smaller than I expected, but anyway, any road. So I think it's the other side of the wing. So yeah, so that's kind of the size of it. It's I guess to be a decent size. It's just a lot shorter than I was expecting. But anyhow, so yeah, so that's probably my next project I work on. In terms of purchases, I haven't received anything the last couple of weeks since my last video. I've ordered a few things, but obviously with international shipping, things are a little bit longer now. So a couple of things to note, look out for my next videos. I've decided to do a couple of things, projects on kind of future projects. I decided to do an Tamiya F-14A again, that beautiful kit, the 48 scale one. I built that, as you probably know, in the aggressor markings, but I really dig the Wolfpack VF1 from late 70s, mid-late 70s, that kind of iconic scheme where it's kind of like almost like G.I. Joe with the red stripe down the side, the white, the kind of buff nose. I kind of really like that. So I love the Tomcat, so I've kind of splurged and I'm doing somewhat of a super build with that one. So I know the kit's amazing out of the box. I've built it before, but I've actually added the big sin, and again, Eduard, the resin big sin pack. So I'm throwing in a resin cockpit. I think it comes with resin wheels and some other stuff. I can't quite remember, but basically loaded fully out with resin. Exhaust. I think it comes with resin exhaust as well. And also, I'm all about the ordnance and resin missiles right now. As you know, in my Tornado, I stacked up all the different Brazen sets. So I went ahead and got the big Ed set for the weapons too. So I've got 2 packs of resin. So it's gonna be fully loaded, super build, F-14, the Wolfpack markings, which I'm really kind of excited about. I've wanted to do that for a while. One thing I've never done, I built a few Tomcats, always doing wings out, so I'm gonna do the wings swept back in a park position. Probably not in flight, I kind of like it more on the ground, maybe throw a couple of pilots in there, I don't know, we'll see, but I do have the aero bonus pilots from a different project I could use. But I'm really excited about that one. Another project I've got to go. I saw on a couple of weeks ago on Friday Night at the Bench with ISM. One guy, sorry, I forgot his name, but one guy did the Osprey Hasegawa 72nd scale kit, and it looked really cool. It's not a very expensive kit either. So I've ordered the that 72nd scale Hasegawa Osprey kit, and I'm going to. And I found Black Dog did some resin aftermarket for it, and Black Dog do amazing resin if you never used it. It fits well. I'm gonna jinx it now, but normally it fits really well. So they produced a few kits for the Osprey, so I picked 2 of the 3. I didn't get the propellers. It seemed like a bit of a waste of money, so I didn't get props. I got the one engine, so you can have fully engine detailed. It's 72nd scale, so you have it opened, one engine open with all the engine inside, and I bought. I can't remember the exact title of it. It's basically hydraulics and pipes and stuff that you can open up the spine and the top, and you can see like hydraulic pipes and stuff. So that's my plan for that one. And one other thing I talk about too is I just the weekend ordered the Hind, the 48 scale Zvezda one. I found a great price on eBay from Russia, so who knows how long that will take to ship. It's shipped out already, but I'm sure it'll take weeks to arrive. I'm in no big rush for it. I ummed and ahed. When I heard it's coming out, I was definitely going to buy it, and then I saw the first few pictures, and I was really kind of disappointed. It's very plain in detail. It has panel lines, but I don't think it has rivet detail. It's very kind of bland. But you know what? It's a great kind of canvas to work from. And like I just mentioned about these kits I'm doing, adding a lot of resin and aftermarket stuff. I really like working resin. I'm not really into photo etch, but I kind of like the resin side of things. So I just know it's going to be a popular model, and the aftermarket companies are really going to jump on this. So there's going to be a ton of aftermarket coming out over the next few months. So I bought a kit where I could. It was really cheap. It was about $40, just over $40 shipped from Russia on eBay here to the US. So for the price, you can't go wrong. It's the best kit's normally pretty nice. Again, it just lacks a little bit of detail. But if you can add an engine, resin engine, cockpit, some weapons, that kind of stuff, you can really make it an impressive model. So I did order that one too, so hopefully next few videos you'll see as the stuff arrives in, you kind of see what I've got, a lot of aftermarket stuff, kind of into that right now, so a lot of, like I mentioned, a lot of resin stuff too. So there are 3 big projects to add to my other brushes I've got lining up. As you know, I've got the A10 48 scale with a bunch of resin stuff too, a lot of other projects as well, but yep, I'll get to them. I've got plenty of time at the bench now, so especially this resin, sometimes it's hard, you know, it goes out to production pretty easily, quickly, and you know, if it's popular, it's hard to find, so I kind of grab it when I can. So that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah, I pretty much wrap the video up here. So hope you enjoyed this update. Hope you like the Tornado. Next video, hopefully have some kind of update on the B-17. I've not forgotten about the Firefly you see over my shoulder. Say the armors, I'm more in the aircraft, the armor's a little bit slow. It's hard to get my motivation to get that done. Not really worked on it much in the past week or two, but I've not worked on anything really. As you know, I built that playset outside, so I've been pretty busy. So I will get back to that in between doing the B-17. I'll start riveting that next couple of days. So that's pretty much it. So hope you guys staying safe. Hope you enjoyed the update, and I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye. Bye.